Cardano just partnered up with one of my favorite projects, and that is Chainlink. Now, what does that mean for Cardano? What does that mean for Chainlink? I'm going to talk about this in this video. I'm also going to talk about Bitcoin, where it's going and how it's looking. And I'm also going to give you an update about how Bitcoin can potentially reach 60K in the near future. Let's go. Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. So on September 25th and 26th, there was a Cardano summit where they talked about plenty of partnerships that Cardano did. And one of them, and the most interesting one in my opinion, was the Chainlink one. Now, what does Chainlink bring to the table? Chainlink is a decentralized oracle, meaning that it links real world data into blockchain data. So let's say you want to program a smart contract that says if the LA Lakers win, then you receive $100, for example, for a sports betting website or whatever. Then the thing that links the score or the actual NBA game that you're watching from the real world to the blockchain or to the Cardano blockchain is Chainlink. And that's exactly what it does. So right now, with Cardano launching its smart contracts and having all these developers and all these apps that are going to be built on top of Cardano, a decentralized oracle such as Chainlink is definitely crucial. Even though Cardano wanted to compete with Chainlink, honestly, having Chainlink that links real-world data to 70% of the projects roughly, I think it's better to work with it than to compete with it. And this definitely would reflect on both the prices of Cardano and Chainlink, because the more projects we have on Cardano, the more projects are going to be linking Chainlink to the actual projects, which is going to increase the price of Link token or ADA token as well. Let's take a look at CoinMarketCap and see how the general trend of the market is going. So if you take a look in the last 24 hours, we have the highest gainer is Terra Luna at 9%, and the lowest, or the one with the most losses, is Tezos at 9.79%. So we're almost going sideways. This is a sideways day in the crypto space. So roughly everything is going sideways. Even Bitcoin is down 0.25%, 0.26%, and Cardano is down 4.17%, which is nothing really major to talk about. Even though I did expect Cardano to go up with announcements such as this partnership with Chainlink. But as we learned, when news comes out, most likely the price of the token is going to drop. Even if the news is as good as this one where Cardano partnered with Chainlink, the price is going to go down potentially. And we also had a lot of FUD and a lot of bad news over the weekend, which definitely affects the price somehow. Let me tell you why I think Bitcoin is on the right track to the all-time highs of 64K and beyond. So from a technical perspective, we're just going to take a look at the chart, and that's the weekly chart. It's a very zoomed out one. And that's my favorite method of analyzing the charts, because if you take a look at the 4-hour, this looks scary. But if you take a look at the weekly, it's good. The monthly looks even better. And if you want to make it look even better, put on the logarithmic scale and take a look at how small the correction we saw was. Now, let's take a look at the weekly chart. So a quick recap, we saw an all-time high of 64.5 thousand roughly back in April of 2021, April of this year. And then we dropped all the way down to a low of roughly 28K, $28,000 per Bitcoin. And then we went all the way back up to 53K, and now we're back at 43K. Now, this is a high, right? And this is a lower high. So in a bullish trend, we see higher lows and higher highs, right? So these are highs and these are lows. In a bearish trend, what we see are lower highs and lower lows. So lower highs and lower lows. In this case, we made the first lower high, but it's not bearish until, technically it is bearish, but we're not in a complete bear market until we go all the way down and make a lower low, just like this one. It doesn't have to be that low. It could be somewhere around here. So right now, where we actually are is at this line right here, roughly. Let me draw a straight line so it's more accurate for you guys. What we're doing instead is that we set in a low right here at about 28K. Now we have a higher low, which signals a bull trend or strength in the market. People are buying at higher prices. They're paying a premium to get their Bitcoins. Here they were paying 28K. They waited for it to go to 28K to buy. Here they didn't want to wait and they just bought at around $40,000. This is a good sign if you're holding Bitcoin or if you're a bull. So the 40K level held pretty well, and now we're up at 43K. And this shows me that if this weekly candle, so right now the weekly candle is 6 days and 7 hours away from closing, which is a week because we're on Monday, and right now the candle just opened a few hours ago. So if this holds, then I can see it pressing up back to this area right here, and then maybe getting resisted and then going back up to break it, and then going all the way back up to the previous all-time highs, which is the scenario that I'm betting on. And that is because of plenty of things. And one of them specifically is this update right here, and that is getting paid in Bitcoin on Twitter. So Twitter partnered with Strike, and what they did was they implemented paying creators in Bitcoin. So back in May this year, they introduced tipping as a test feature, as a way to experiment with helping creators earn payments from their followers for the content they post on Twitter. The company announced Thursday that its tips will now feature globally to all Apple iOS users this week and will become available for Android users in the coming weeks. Previously, users could tip with fiat currency using more traditional payments such as Square's Cash App and PayPal's Venmo. Twitter will integrate the Strike Bitcoin Lightning service so creators can receive Bitcoin tips. Now, this is crazy because this allows people to tip their favorite Twitter accounts or their Twitter creators using Bitcoin without actually interacting with Bitcoin themselves. And I'll explain. So all you have to do to send your creator Bitcoin is link your Strike account to your Twitter and link that Strike account to your bank account and just send regular dollars to whoever you want to tip. But the beauty of that is they receive their tip in Bitcoin. Now what this does is it increases transactions on the Bitcoin network, and it increases creators to have exposure to Bitcoin, which is just good for Bitcoin all over. And it's basically more people learning about Bitcoin, more people having Bitcoin, thus more value in Bitcoin, and the higher the price of Bitcoin goes. And here's why I see this going up instead of breaking downwards. Now, we already covered the Chainlink and Cardano announcement or partnership, but I'm going to take a look at the chart of each one and see how it's going and where it's going. So Cardano right now is at a price of 2.169, and it's been down about 25% since about a month ago or 4 weeks ago. And for now, we're holding well right here. And if I go down to a smaller time frame, we can see that we got supported at this line, and now we're setting a higher low, most probably. Now, at this point, I personally won't buy Cardano. I already have Cardano, disclaimer, I am a holder of Cardano. But for now, I'm not sure where the price might be going, whether it's going to keep going down to test this level again at $2 or go up just like that and rotate and keep going up this way. Now, what I would rather do is I would rather wait to see if it goes down here. I'm going to buy some at this level, about 1.9 to $2. Probably I would buy at $2 because $2 is a big even level where people might buy. Or I can wait for this to go up, maybe break this previous all-time high or the previous high in May, and then maybe buy after it dips and makes it a support, and then I can buy at this level right here and then wait for it to go up. So these are the two ways you can do it. ADAP Bitcoin is also looking great as always. It's been holding this line of support great, and right now we might be setting another higher low. But again, we have to wait to see how this day ends and definitely how this week ends, because we need more data to decide where it's going. Now, Chainlink, on the other hand, it's not been performing as well as Cardano. So we saw a high of $52 back in May, and ever since we've been down 55%, and we haven't been making a very decent recovery so far. Now again, I do have Chainlink. It's one of my favorite projects, and I'm holding Chainlink. But would I buy Chainlink right now? Honestly, I have a rule which says anything between 40 and 60% discounts I would buy if I like the project, and in this case, I would say yes, I would. But if you want to play a bit more safe, what you can do is wait for this chart, and that is the link to Bitcoin chart or even the link Ethereum chart, and wait for this one to clear. So what this chart depicts is that Ethereum has been performing way better than Link for the past since August of 2020, which is more than a year and 1 month. So if you held Ethereum, you're doing better than Chainlink. And honestly, I hold both, so kind of balances out. But what you can do is you can wait for this one. Let me go and zoom this just like that. So what I would like to see is this to curve up like this and break past 0.001, and then it would probably be a good time to buy Link or hold Link instead of Ethereum. But if you want to get the best of both worlds, you can buy Chainlink and Ethereum. But if you want to be positioned in the ideal one, you can just stick to Ethereum in this case. But at this point, when Link is that cheap compared to Ethereum, I would probably bet or put my eggs in Link, because chances are we're not going to see further downside unless something happens and we break below this line. This would be bad for Link overall, but chances are, and probability wise, after something dips 80% like this or 83%, chances are it might be time to go up from there. So that's what I think about Link and Cardano. And overall, I do believe that we're in a bull market and we are still nothing near the top of Bitcoin and the whole altcoins in general. So for that reason, I'm still dollar cost averaging on projects I like. And also for that reason, I still haven't taken any profits or sold any of my positions. Although I talked recently about potentially selling my Litecoins, but I still haven't decided so far on what I'm going to do with those. I'm still debating it and still watching the market from a zoomed out perspective. That's it. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.